In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw functions in desmos to limit their domains and to shade the area in between. Okay, so you can see that I'm starting off with this box here, and that box has been achieved with these straight lines over here. Next thing, let's just put on a simple parabola. This parabola has got a local maximum. We can see that because of the negative there. And I want to limit its domain so that it exists just inside the box. So I'm going to go from 2, smaller than or equal to x, smaller than or equal to 8, close brackets. So as you can see there, I've cut it off just there on the x-axis. Next, let's get a trig function happening. So you can see I've got this sine function here, and I'll limit its domain as well. I can do it just in the same way there, like that, except I want this one to go from 0 to 10. So it goes right through the whole box. Now I think I'll have one more function to put in. I'm going to put in a cosine function. Cosine of x plus 8. Now I kind of want it to just in this between 0 and 10, I just want it to do one cycle. So that means that I need its period to be 10. Well, to do that, I need the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x needs to be 2 pi divided by what I want the period to be. And I want the period to be 10. You can see there, it's a cosine function. It starts high, goes down and back up again, and you can see it does one cycle. So this here, the coefficient of x, 2 pi divided by the period. So of course I can reduce that fraction to pi over 5, 2 pi over 10, same as pi over 5. Then once again, I'll limit its domain so it just exists between 0 and 10. As you can see here, I've got these 4 areas of the graph. Now I just want to shade some different areas. I'm going to show you the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change these. I'm not going to have them called y anymore. I'm going to change these and I'm going to call it function a as a function of x. This next one here I'll call b as a function of x, and this next one I'll call c. Okay, now just giving them different names allows me to just refer to them more easily in the next steps. Okay, the first thing I want to do, I want to shade this area under this green function here. So I want to shade in this area here. How am I going to do that? Well, that green function is called a. I want to say that, well, I want to shade it from this bottom line here. This bottom line is y equals 0, isn't it? Watch what I do. I'm going to go 0 is smaller than or equal to y is smaller than or equal to our function a of x. Can you see what it's done there? That has shaded that function there. Now just say I don't want that shaded blue, I can come up here and let's change that. Oh look, I've shaded that bit green. Next bit. How about next I shade between these two functions, between the red one, the cosine function, and that purple one, b of x. So I'm going to go, well, what is the lower function? So remember with this one down here, the lower one was 0. For this one here, I want the lower one to be the purple one. So that's going to be b of x is smaller than or equal to y. Oops, you can see it's gone right up there now. But we don't want this bit. We just want it to stop smaller than or equal to c of x. And see what I've done there? I have just shaded in that part of it there. Now, again, I could change the colour of that to blue or to whatever I wanted it to be. Now, what about if I didn't want the lines included? Notice what happens if I leave out the smaller than or equals to and just make it smaller than. Zoom in, have a look if you can see that. I'm just going to actually turn these functions off up here. Can you see that there? When I've said it's just smaller than, not smaller than or equal to, it's made a dotted line there. Okay, next thing.